This is Rob Hatch. Just a quick reflection on the Main and Market Fellows Program. I was a part of the cohort 3 years ago, and just as a program that's just really marked my life. And I thought I'd talk a bit about it. So I did the Fellows Program. Really, I joined the Fellows Program coming out of a conviction that I was kind of coasting in my spiritual formation. Um, like I'd read Keller a bunch of times. I had some pretty strong convictions about uh, God's purposes in the world and the integration of my faith and the work that I did. But I was coasting, and I felt I needed a season of more serious reflection, more intentional formation. Um, and I also really felt like I wanted to lean into a cohort of people who were thinking hard about these issues, um, what God was doing in their lives, how God was at work in their work, how creational renewal, how cultural renewal might be possible through the work we might do in the world. So I joined the Fellows Program. I found it to be a really rich year. Lots of reading, lots of hard books, lots of real deep digging, but digging together as a cohort through material we were working on together. So it wasn't reading in isolation. We were talking about the work we were reading. So yeah, reading Keller's work, reading Al Wolters, Tom Wright, St. Augustine, Dietrich Bonhoeffer. I mean, these are it's heavy material, but so good, so rich. Really opened my eyes to perspectives of the story of God's work in the world, and details about that work that have just been really, really helpful. Um, I also just loved the set of practices and reflections, maybe even some of the projects that we did that the fellows brought into my life, and led us through both a series of spiritual disciplines that have been formative and deepening, but also a set of projects, reflections, really kind of deep investigations into my own spirituality, my own sanctification, helping me reflect on what God was doing in my own heart, but also thinking about what God was doing in the world through my work and how I might be an agent of his work, his creational movement in the world through my work. So I came away from that year with just this deep conviction that what I do on a day-to-day basis is joining with Christ in his larger story of creation, renewal, restoration, um, that in some mysterious way, I am a participant in his creational story, and that my work is not a distraction, not just something I got to do to pay the bills, but is actually a vital part of that creational story, um, and that it matters. I'm so grateful for uh, the curriculum and for the leaders who've guided us through this curriculum, and for the possibility that more in Chattanooga and really around the country might participate. Um, I look at this curriculum and think every church should have this curriculum as the basis of kind of advanced discipleship, or real the deepening